Afternoon, stranger. Oh, no, you don't. Keep yourself faced away. Stay still. And don't you dare make a move. Reach for your gun, and you'll be dead before you even pull it out of your holster. Now it seems like you've gone and done something there. Usually, I'm not the type to rudely intrude on someone else's business, but you've gone and made me a curious little lady. Keep those hands up. Oh, I don't think you're in a position to barter. Right now, it seems like the robber is becoming the robbed. Take your gun out. Drop it onto the ground there and kick it away. How'd I find you? Well, it was simple. Daisy and I were simply trotting around these parts when I heard an explosion. A massive one at that. Turns out Green's Ravine Bridge had been blasted to smithereens and an unfortunate train took a mighty tumble. So me, being the naturally concerned woman I am, I quickly hurried over here to check for any survivors. And here I see you. You coordinated all of this by yourself. An impressive job. Now, that's the reason why I'm going to keep my pistol trained on you. I want you to listen to what I say. No tricks from you, and maybe you aren't going to be putting your face back together until the next sunrise as I make off with your hard-earned spoils. Turn around. Now remove that mask of yours. Clearly, you were being a mischievous little outlaw, hiding your face like that from anyone who would have caught sight. Oh, and a good-looking face, too, I see. Now, where have I seen a face like that? Aha, on the wanted posters over in the next town of Belleville. I remember your face now. You're wanted for multiple counts of bank theft all over the country. A juicy price of $5,000 is what you're worth to the law, it seems. From the looks of it, you weren't just going to rob any ordinary train. Nope. This poor thing was property of the Archibald Wilson Mining Company, judging by that logo on the side of the engine. You're probably just itching to know who I am, aren't you? The name's Willow. Andrea Willow. Or better known as the Lady Killer. Oh, look at there. You're good with faces and names, too. You probably know me the same way I knew you. On a little scrap of paper slowly rotting away somewhere on a billboard. Except this one's only got a price of $3,000. Have a seat. Anywhere, really. That rock, that piece of a will, maybe even that door over there. But just make yourself comfortable. Did I say you could pick up your pistol? Make no mistake. I'd regret it in the end, but I'll make sure that face of yours becomes much less interesting to look at if need be. In fact, I'll take your revolver for now. Polished nickel, ivory handle. It even has an adorable little carving of a wolf. You take very good care of your gun, it seems. No, I'm not just here for a share of your score. If I was just here for money and shiny stones, I'd have shot you right where you stood without a second thought. No, that isn't a threat. Just a fact. Hell, you didn't even hear me coming in the first place. You expect me to believe you'd best me in a gunfight? I think not. Oh, now, don't you go scoffing like that. On the contrary, you should be happy. I spared your life for a reason. And to that point, you might be wondering why I didn't just shoot you and make away with your hard-earned score. First of all, I've got manners. I'd never shoot somebody unarmed, especially one with such skill as you. That dynamite definitely didn't come from nowhere. Secondly, that would simply be dishonorable and cowardly. Lastly, I'm thinking I could use a partner like you. You bet. I said partner. I'm not passing up on an opportunity to let someone like you slip from out of my hand. Besides, all the jewels and gold in that wreck can't be carried out by just one person. I'd love to help you in that regard. With a reasonable amount of compensation, of course. You know, this reminds me of a job I once did with a partner. It involved a train, it involved law, and it involved lots and lots of shooting. We eventually got the train to stop. After we were both able to gun down all of the law, of course. The train was loaded with bonds, full bags of them. I couldn't believe our luck. Of course, it was at that moment where my partner tried to backstab me. Whether it was planned or on the spot, I'll never know. Do you want to know what I did? I was able to wrestle their gun from their hands, kneecap them, and left them out to dry as I made off with what could have been ours. I'm willing to bet you don't want that to happen to you, don't you? Do you? Perhaps it isn't best to talk things out here. The sun's going down and it'll be dark soon. Unless you'd like us to freeze ourselves to death out here at night, as we talked about money and deals. I believe we can work out a mutual agreement. Here's your gun back. I trust you will not shoot me in the back with it. After generously sparing your life, you just shoot little harmless me. I think not. Now, let's take what we can and get out of here before we're spotted by someone not so understanding as me. I hope you have a horse as well. Daisy's a loyal mount, but she's the type who doesn't like anyone else but me on that saddle. Oh, my, what a beautiful horse you have. What's his name? That's very fitting. He seems mighty friendly. Oh, trust me, I mostly know a horse when I see one. Now, if you don't mind, I know a good place where we can discuss what I have to offer. But first, let's load down as much of these pretty little rocks as we can into our bags. I reckon that's all they can hold. Come on then, mount up. Now that's more like it. Go on, take a sip. No need to be shy, drink. There you go. Good, isn't it? It's one of my favorites. The bitter tingle it produces in your throat before giving way to a taste sweeter than honey-coated candy canes. It's what sweet dreams are made of, I'll tell you. Drink up. It's on my tab. I won't interrupt you until you're finished. You can have more later. Right now, I have a proposal to make. From your wanted poster, I deduced that you worked around this state. So I had to have spent maybe 5 damn days looking for you in that wasteland of a desert. Now here I'm hoping those 5 days were worthwhile. From the looks of it, you're as smart and as reckless as they come. Don't think I didn't see the dead body of that poor engineer in the cabin. You give little to no regard to human life. I might even call you a ruthless son of a bitch. But, to be honest with you, I hate that word. Ruthless, I mean. It's a word that's looked on with negativity, is why. Associated with tyrants, serial killers, and worst of all, businessmen. I much prefer words like survivalist, cunning, independent. It's what people like us are, out in the harsh world and looking out for ourselves in a land of misfits. Don't you agree? I knew you would. Which is why I'm asking for your help. It's why we're here, after all. Did I really think you'd accept my offer right after I pointed a gun at your head? I don't think so. A couple of drinks and mutual understanding between each other might be enough to convince you. Plus, I did help you get your cut out of that gorge. And finally, you haven't brushed me off like the others have done. That's a good sign. So, here's my story. A couple of weeks ago, while riding down south towards the town of Redmoth, I was held up by 5 men wearing masks. They robbed me of all the things I had on me, including something that was very important to me. I was able to get away. I owe Daisy my life, I tell you. They never went after me as I escaped, and that was their mistake. I recognized one of them through their voice. Knew the guy from the bar back in Redmoth. He'd never shut up about that gang he was in. The Smitherson gang. A bunch of ugly, bushwhacking, no-good snakes is all they are. Led by a scum by the name of Ronald Smitherson. Yeah, he's the best at naming things. Anyways, he and his henchmen are responsible for crimes of all types, be it train robberies, stagecoach robberies, bank robberies, even horse robberies. You name it, they've done it. I think I know that you know where this is going. I want my stuff back. But I can't exactly do a job like this alone, which is where you come in. You ride with me, and I promise you a share of the spoils, along with whatever we can scavenge from about a dozen corpses. You better believe we're killing, which is why I made sure to get the help of one of the most ruthless outlaws I could find. Yes, I use that word, because it's instrumental when dealing with men like Ronald Smitherson and his cronies. I need someone like you in times like this. I need your lack of mercy. Yes, they are fellow gunslingers. I'm sure that you already know that. What makes them worse than us? Well, in the end, it's nothing. Nothing also makes us better. I've robbed and killed. You've also robbed and killed. I just want my damn things back. And I need your help. Some things are simple as revenge and using your brain. 5 against 1 isn't good odds to start with. Look, Outlaw, I'm really sorry for pointing my pistol at you back there. But let's be honest, you wouldn't have given me one damn second your time if I hadn't. There's a fat chance you would have even shot me if I wasn't careful enough. You really going to turn down a chance to score big with me? Thought so. You probably don't trust me completely. I know that much. You can consider the feeling mutual. But I'd like to believe my faith and time weren't misplaced. I've got a lot I want back from those bastards. As of now, it all comes down to you. So what you think, stranger? You want to help me out or not?